Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to be ranking all of the LMGs in Battlefield 6 based on their TTK. This is going to be an interesting ranking because it's going to give you a perspective of which weapons are really good for medium range, what LMGs are good for long range, and what are the LMGs that are really shining in close range. And generally speaking, this is going to be an interesting ranking with quite some surprises, honestly. I thought some of the weapons would be in better places, but that just wasn't the case. Some of the popular weapons in this list are actually not even in the top 5. So it's going to be an interesting ranking. I calculated specific TTKs for every single weapon, and that is for anything under 75 meters, because in my opinion, that is the optimal range when you want to engage a target with an LMG. Changing that would definitely change the results, but I believe 75 meters is just a reasonable range. I've also done the same thing for SMGs, Carbines, and Assault Rifles. There is a link down in the description that will take you straight to a playlist. So if you want to watch those videos first, make sure you click on that video as well. Without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and start the video. At number 8, we've got the KTS 100 MK8. Now the TTK on this thing is 437.27 milliseconds. Honestly, I kind of knew the KTS would end up in the 8th place simply because this is an LMG optimized for long range and basically lasering people across the map. That's what this LMG is used for. As you might probably know, the KTS is the easiest LMG to control by far when it comes to it. It is probably one of the easiest recoils in the entire Battlefield 6 game. The recoil is basically non-existent, but it also has the slowest fire rate, so that slow fire rate gives it the best control by far compared to the other LMGs. So again, it is a literal laser beam. And on top of that, this one has the fastest reload among all of the LMGs. Okay, so the reload on this thing is really fast, and for a 60 round mag, it's just incredible. Also keep in mind that this weapon is really good in the Battle Royale section, so if you've been sleeping on that, you make sure to give it a try. At number 7, we've got the infamous RPKM. I know a lot of you guys actually love this weapon, but 7th place is as good as this weapon can get here. The TTK on this thing is 405.27 milliseconds, and the RPK is a close range beast. It's a 3-shot body kill in under 10 meters, but it loses that damage in range. So for medium to long range, the damage actually drops significantly, and you can feel that. You're losing power compared to close range. So if you want something for close to mid-range, something that has better mobility, faster reloads, and you still want to have that firepower of an LMG, in my opinion, the RPK is the way to go. This weapon also has the easiest recoil and best control after the KTS in LMG category. So again, it's just a faster killing alternative for close to medium range for the KTS. It also has the second fastest reload as well, so when it comes to it, this weapon is just behind the KTS. Generally speaking, it's a good weapon, and I enjoy playing it simply because it has a very good mobility. At number 6, we've got the M60, and the TTK on this thing is 326.87 milliseconds. And as you can see, this is an instant upgrade compared to the RPK and the KTS when it comes to killing people fast in close range. Close to medium range, actually, because we're assessing 75 meters. It's a 3-shot body kill up until 20 meters. It's really steady, it's ridiculously hard hitting, and it has the slowest fire rates among all of the LMGs, just like the KTS. They both have the exact same fire rate. But the LMG generally feels really good, and especially in long range, with that steady fire rate and easy to control recoil, in my opinion, it's going to be a perfect option if you want to just engage at medium to long range. So do make sure to play the M60 if you've been sleeping on it. I'm pretty sure you're just going to like it. That fire rate has some getting used to, but it's just a good weapon. Before I forget, guys, since you're already watching halfway through the video, why not hitting that like button so you actually help me a lot with the algorithm? And if you like these videos, you make sure to subscribe to the channel as well, because we're going to have tons of more videos, guides, tips and tricks, news about Battlefield 6, and I'm pretty sure you don't really want to miss out on those videos, okay? At number 5, we've got the L110. I recently made a video on this weapon, and if you want to see that video, it will pop up right now on the top right corner. The TTK on this thing is 313.8 milliseconds, and it's really good. The weapon is just amazing. In close range and medium range, even in long range, this thing is really steady. And in my opinion, if you want a everyday used LMG, the L110 should be your first go-to option. It also has the second highest fire rate in the entire LMG category, really strong in close range, but again, in medium to long range. I've played with this thing and I know this thing is just amazing. You know, it does the job. So make sure to watch that video as well, because I give you the exact setup for it, the best setup for multiplayer, the best setup for Battle Royale, everything you basically need to know about the L110. At number 4, we have a surprise here, and that is the DRS IAR. The TTK on this thing is 298.27 milliseconds, and I thought the DRS has a lower TTK, but I was just wrong. I was like, the DRS is definitely top 3, but no, that's not the case. It feels more like an AR, honestly. This is just not an LMG, but even more so, it even performs like an AR as well. Like, this weapon is faster, it's lighter, it has one of the fastest reloads in the entire category. It also has the 3rd highest fire rate, and truth be told, it feels like a more stable, more grounded M4, okay? So the M4 has a higher fire rate and the recoil is just all over the place sometimes, but this one is more stable and it feels like an M4, and it also looks like an M4, but stronger, better in range, and generally speaking, more stable. That's how I can describe the DRS for you. At number 3, we've got the M123K. This is just a weapon that everybody loves in this game, and quite honestly, people are rightfully loving this thing because it is just an absolute monster in close to medium range. It is basically a close range beast. There is no LMG in this game to this date, until the end of season 1 at least, that can compete with the M123K in close range. This thing has the highest fire rate among all of the LMGs, and you can see I play really aggressively, and I play in Siege of Cairo, where people usually tend to play carbines, at least higher fire rate carbines, SMGs, higher fire rate assault rifles, but I just play with an LMG and you can see that it works. And I really play aggressively, and this thing just, you know, it kicks people in the butt, and it's just amazing. For that fire rate, however, it's really stable. I mean, the recoil is there. You can feel that this weapon has recoil. But for that fire rate, I guarantee you, you're not going to have a problem with the recoil. Like, it's not anything problematic to the point where you need to spend a lot of points on a good grip or anything like that. That's just not the case. It is a very stable weapon for that fire rate. And by the way, the TTK on the M123K is 285.2 milliseconds. At number 2, we have another beast here, and that is the M240L. The TTK on this thing is 284.3 milliseconds. So as you can see, there's just 1 millisecond difference between the M123K and the M240L. So these two weapons, when it comes to TTK, are basically the same. But truth be told, the M240L is a completely different LMG. It's a 3-shot body kill under 20 meters. That's just not the case with the M123K, and it's just a beast of a weapon regardless of range. It does perfect in close range. That 3 BTK is just awesome. It does perfect in medium range, and even in long range, the damage is really consistent, and you can feel that you have a really strong LMG. One thing's very important about the M240L, it has the fastest reload for a belt-fed LMG in the entire game up until the end of Season 1. Because we're gonna get more LMGs, definitely, but to this date, this thing's belt-fed 50 round is just incredibly fast to reload, and it's something around 2.5 to 3 seconds faster compared to other LMGs, and that is just crazy. Because it takes a lot of time for other LMGs to reload, but this one, regardless of having only 50 rounds, you just don't want to worry about reloading time on this thing. And finally, at number 1, we have the M250. Now, the M250 was the first LMG that I actually made a video about. I called this one of the best LMGs, if not the best LMG in the game, and you know, some people were getting mad, you know, calling me names even for saying this, but you know, the numbers don't lie. The TTK on this thing is 267 milliseconds, so it's an instant upgrade even compared to the M240L. Now what makes this weapon really special is that this thing has no damage drop. It's always a 4-shot body kill in any range or a 3-shot headshot kill. So it doesn't really matter if you're engaging a sniper at 200 meters, you land 4 shots and the dude is dead. That's how this thing works. You might say that doesn't matter, we have 3 BTK weapons, but when you play it, you're gonna understand how important that is, because having damage drop is an entire concept of weapon balance in Battlefield games, and this weapon just completely ignores it. So it is probably one of the best LMGs, if not the best, but in terms of TTK, it is definitely the best LMG out there. The only problem, the only downside with this weapon is the 50 round mag, and the 100 round mag is just completely ridiculous because it's really expensive. That's 55 points, and I don't think anyone is actually willing to spend that amount of points on 50 rounds more. So just get used to the 50. and I'm pretty sure this weapon will come in handy if you actually get used to it. So that's about today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed and hope this video was helpful, somewhat informative. Make sure to go down in the comment section. Let me know what your favorite LMG is. Let me know if you actually agree to the list. This is something that is completely based on numbers and mathematics, okay? I've been calculating these things, and I'm pretty sure the numbers don't lie, but just let me know your favorite LMGs, and let me know if you want a guide on any of these LMGs, because that's going to be very interesting as well. Thank you all guys for watching. Hope you're having a great holiday, and until next time, guys, stay cool.